Good evening, everyone. I'm going to have Kristen start us off, and then I'll join in.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kristen Lays. I'm the Executive Director of Belle Grove Plantation, and we're so delighted to have you here with us. Thank you for taking this journey with us. We're so grateful to Blue for her passion, her vulnerability, which has allowed others to be vulnerable, including the actors who've really poured their heart and soul into it. This is research that Belle Grove has been working on for a number of years, through archaeology, through different archival research methods, and now reaching out to descendants. It's something we feel strongly about, but it can be hard to communicate the depth and the passion. I find myself getting just wrapped up in facts and even figures. And I don't forget that I'm talking about human beings. We try to weave those stories into our tours, but turning to an artist is really a wonderful way to evoke the real passion, the real depth of human lives and loss, and hopefully can help ignite process for remembering their legacy. I just want to point out on the stage this evening artworks that Monica James and her art students here at Laurel Ridge Community College have made, featuring Abba's family tree, and this one features runaway ads, or ads that were placed by enslavers looking for people who had self-emancipated. And Ashley Vardaman was one of her key students in helping bring these works of art to the stage as well. So without further ado, I've turned it over to our beautiful playwright and director, Bleu Do'zia.
Good evening, I'm Bleu Do'zia. I am your playwright for the evening and also director of When a Trumpet Cries. This is a staged reading. Basically, that means the actors have scripts in their hands, but they still have costumes and props and all of that jazz. We ask that you do not record, please. We have a professional videographer here. We also ask that you do not take any pictures. This is an original piece, an original work, and it is copywritten and protected. So I'll come and get you. This is a tough piece. For the next hour and a half, you may be second guessing why you're here. You may be finding yourself within the script. You may be willing to walk away after it's done. Everyone that had to read the script before it was approved had to take a moment to walk away from it. The actors, each of them, are playing the polar opposite of who they are. And one of my former students is playing me, which is probably the hardest task you can ever encounter. But Blue is a representation of Black women in America, while Joanna is a representation of conversations that I personally had with white people in processing this script. It could have been traditional. It is not. I'm not a traditionalist at all. But there are magical effects that happen to it that are more spiritual based. So I hope that you come with an open mind, an open heart, and maybe you want to do some Google research afterwards, which is perfectly fine. There is no intermission for this show. It runs about 90 minutes, and we will have a talk back afterwards. If you're feeling strong feelings afterwards, you are free to leave once the actors bow. No one will judge you for that. We will totally understand. If you have feelings that you want to process with us, that is a good time to have that probably hard conversation. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Of course.
Here we go. Breathe.
Abba?
Blue.
Blue.
Not right now, Joanna.
What do you have so far?
I thought about approaching the story in a different way.
What are you thinking?
Well, I don't want to write some chronological, stereotypical depiction of Abba's life, so I thought about approaching the story from the standpoint of her descendants telling her story.
Very Alex Haley of you.
Oh?
That was a compliment.
As long as you didn't say Tyler Perry, I'm good.
What are those drums? Miss Audra, where is she?
Oh, I'm here, children. I'm here.
You are late, Miss Audra.
Oh, my apologies, class.
Did you hear them, Miss Audra?
Yeah. Where are those drums coming from?
Oh, well, believe it or not, class, there was a time when those drums were not allowed.
What do you mean?
Well, you are hearing the sounds of our ancestors, the keepers of the rhythm and beat. It was the drums that helped us worship. It's what we danced to, what we worked to, and started revolutions.
Not another lesson. It's the last day of school.
I know you're ready for summer vacation, but I have 2 things for you to remember before you all move to the next grade. 1, do not forget your reading assignments this summer. You cannot escape it. Take time while you play to stop and learn something new in those reading assignments. You have the whole summer, so use your time wisely.
And the second thing?
Well, this may take some time, so be patient. I want you to hear me clearly. Do I have your ears?
Yes!
The second thing, do you know where you come from?
I came from my mommy and daddy. I don't know my daddy.
Okay. Well, listen, please. Our community is shaped uniquely by our circumstances and journeys to this country. The comfort you feel today was not always a reality. For my final lesson, I'd like to share a story about one of my ancestors, Abba.
But what about the drums?
Well, the drums were seized from our people out of fear of rebellion. We were more numerous than those that enslaved us. These drums linked us to an indescribable inner strength. They compelled our feet to stomp rather than march, transforming us into warriors instead of passive observers. Thus, they took them away from us. In this lesson, the drums will give voice to our story.
Ah!
What is wrong?
I can't do this.
Do what?
Write this play. I cannot write another slave play. Plus, Abba's not speaking to me.
That was a great beginning.
No, I can't do this.
Wait, please tell me you did not just delete all of that. Listen, we have a few months to get a rough draft together for the producers and grantors. There is plenty of time.
No, I can't do this.
I understand. You're going through writer's block. It's no big deal. You just need a break. You want some tea?
No, you don't understand. That's not it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just put something on the page, and it will suck, but slave porn for the win.
You've written biodramas before. What's stopping you now?
Blocking me?
Sometimes creatives get blocked by circumstances, time, lack of ideas, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever.
What?
Nothing.
I'm here to help you.
You are the dramaturg. Your job is to pump me with a bunch of useless information to help me create subtext.
That's an unattractive job description. I prefer Irving Goffman's illustration instead.
Which is...
Dramaturgy uses the metaphor of theater to understand how individuals present themselves in everyday society. Think of me as a filter for your ideas or thoughts. Come on, open up that laptop and try again.
I can't.
You can't because you say so.
I can't because I'm very fastidious.
Over details? I can help with that.
Over my process. My process leads to the art installation. I have to go through the process.
Okay. Have you ever used a dramaturg before?
No.
Not part of your process?
Correct.
Am I interfering?
Possibly.
You've got to give me a chance. I'm very useful with new works.
Then give me something.
Just anything?
Give me something or go home.
You can't dismiss me. I'm part of the grant.
I said what I said.
Fine. Well, let's see. Abba was born in 1769.
Something else.
She was married to Frank Thornton before being traded to Belle Grove.
Traded?
Yes. She was about 20 years old nursing Hannah when she arrived. Nellie Height needed a wet nurse for her infant daughter.
She was nursing her own child at the same time as... Wow. Okay.
Can you think of an angle?
Possibly.
Great. Okay. Crack open that laptop. Is this part of your process?
Shh. I have to visualize it before writing it down.
This is like watching an artist paint. We are gonna have so much fun. I can feel it.
Do you mind?
I do not mind. Get your process on, girl. You know, I heard it. Sorry.
There are the drums again.
That means Abba is near.
What is she saying?
Well, she wants me to tell you her story.
That's story time.
Oh, this story, it doesn't have rainbows and sunshine. It has rain, quakes, and darkness.
I don't like the dark, Miss Audra.
I know, sweet baby. But sometimes night falls. We use the moonlight to guide us until morning comes again.
Was Abba a good ancestor?
Oh, yes. It is because of her resiliency through those many night falls that I'm able to be your teacher today.
What's
Resiliency. It means you can keep going even when things get in your way. Abba kept going. She kept living.
And breathing. She had to breathe in the rain, right, Miss Audra?
Right. Can you all breathe in the rain?
Yes!
Wonderful. For Abba, she raised a lot of children at a place called Belle Grove.
My mama has 3 kids.
I'm the only kid.
My mama has 2 kids. I'm one of them. But she says my daddy has more kids than he can count on his fingers and toes.
Okay. Abba's daughter, Hannah, is my longtime great-grandmother.
That means she's really old.
Yes, but Abba says to let her go.
What?
Let her go.
Ah!
You were on a roll.
An elementary role? This Abba. Her story has been neglected for so long.
Let me help you.
Neglected?
Neglected is the wrong word, don't you think?
Excuse me?
Her story wasn't neglected, rather
Erased.
misplaced. They
Erased.
didn't hold records the way we do now. I'm here to support your work with proper research. You are writing about a magnificent woman.
Magnificent?
Yes, think of all the crap that Abba went through. We can only wish that Abba found Belle Grove Plantation to be, after all, the calm, safe place she probably craved after the tragedies of her life as a slave.
Enslaved person.
Beg your pardon?
Abba's humanity should not be identified by the involuntary imprisonment she was forced to live in. She was an enslaved person. The ownership of humans is the stain of this country.
I don't get the difference.
Thought you were the dramaturg.
I am.
Google is free. Look it up.
Why can't you just tell me?
It is not my job to educate you. I'm on a deadline.
Honestly, what difference does it make what slaves are called?
This is not the time.
Time for what?
Okay. Abba was not a cow or a horse. She was an entire living, breathing woman. By using the term slave, we take away her humanity. It makes it easier on us to forget the fact that they were human and did not ask to be put in this situation. The word slave means that someone is someone else's property. To say enslaved people, we are talking about the person, not an object.
But historians still use the word slave.
I do not follow the whitewashed versions of history. I, as a playwright, have a duty to show her humanity. Abba wasn't a superwoman or overachiever. She wasn't even a survivor. She was resilient because she had to be.
Exactly. All the more reason to write about her. Abba was resilient.
In order to survive.
She was strong.
Strong enough to survive.
She is an aspiration.
Abba is not a fictional character in a magical Negro series. She was a real person with real struggles and she had feelings. I can't paint her like she wore a cape.
You know what I think? I think you're digging too deep into this.
Of course I am looking deeply into this. You want me to color her journey at Belle Grove with rose-colored glasses. You just told me you wish that Abba felt calm and safe on a plantation.
I believe Abba may have been a very contemplative woman, constantly thinking over the many obstacles of her life. Once she was retired in her 60s,
Still
she may
not a
have had
horse.
times of stillness. Stillness brings tranquility. And I'm sure she appreciated that stillness.
Nope, can't do this.
Come on.
I have to create a piece that won't make black people cringe like you just made me. At the same time, I cannot make white people comfortable. There's a weird obsession with slave movies and plays in this country.
I would say the opposite. Many white people experience white guilt with this type of work.
So I've heard.
People want to be entertained, not informed. That's the real task.
Am I supposed to have Abba shucking and jiving across the stage for folks to delight in?
Of course not. But we can find moments of humor to release the tension of her story.
Humor.
Like Django Unchained.
That was not based on a true story.
I was just giving an example. I wasn't expecting to laugh as much as I did watching that movie. Through the laughter, I was able to hear the overall message of the film.
Very Hollywood of you.
All I'm saying is, it wouldn't hurt to add some familiar Negro spirituals for a community response. Like, nobody knows the trouble I've seen, nobody knows my sorrows. People know that from The Lion King. You know when Zazu was captured by Scar? Do you? Do I?
Have white guilt.
No. I understand that history has its place.
What place is that?
The place of learning. We learn from our past in order to move the future forward. We don't need to apologize for it. We need to be conscious of it.
You truly believe that?
Yes, I do.
The other day, I was driving in Maryville. I was behind a woman who had a bumper sticker that said, "Do not apologize for being white." On the side of it was the Confederate flag. I shifted my car over to the left so she could see my face in her side view mirror.
Did she see it?
Yeah, she saw me.
And?
She immediately looked away and turned into the sheets.
You think she was scared?
I would like to think so. What does that bumper sticker even mean? No one is asking you to apologize for what your ancestors did. We're asking you to dismantle systems that they put in place that you still benefit from. You didn't enslave Abba, or Kunta Kinte for that matter. But you are standing on the necks of our ancestors' grandchildren. If white people are not consciously learning true history, deciphering what they are supporting versus what they should be supporting, that is where the white guilt comes into play.
So, what would be the purpose of providing this genre of play?
Historical context, telling a part of white America's history, telling true Black history. History books are not telling the whole story, and it is time that my people start writing our own. Plus, personally, I just don't want to be followed when I walk into a store. And this is a way for me to get my foot in the room.
You got this gig on your own?
Yeah.
You're already in the room. What are you going to do now that you're in it? Stop writing?
Of course not.
We do need to move forward. The only way to do that is to learn our history, accept it, and not repeat it.
How do we accept history when the truth is not fully written?
That's part of your job, writing the truth.
Mixed with dramatization.
Well, a little dramatization.
A lot of dramatization. We only have a silhouette of Abba's story that was painted for her through puzzle pieces.
That is the discovery of history, though. We get to connect the dots and piece them together.
I guess I just don't, I don't think Abba wants me to tell her story.
Why not?
She won't speak to me. Every time I think about her, I get this weight on my chest, heaviness.
Are you alright?
I can't breathe.
Here, sit down.
I can't do this. It's like she's taunting me.
Here, have some water.
Stop it!
I didn't do anything.
Not you.
You really need to take a break.
Did you not hear that?
Hear what?
That!
Honey, I don't hear anything. Do you want me to call someone?
No. I must just be getting an ear infection.
Then, what do you need from me?
Real conversation.
What do you mean?
1 hour. Give me 1 hour of your time for the hardest conversation you have ever had. I need someone else to find Abba with me.
What does this have to do with the play?
I need a soft place to land.
Meaning?
You talk the talk, but can you be a safe white space for my anger to land?
I don't know.
What is there to know? There she is!
Who?
Wait, what? Why won't you let me see her?
Why are you so upset?
It is what I am feeling in my spirit right now. I feel like living the stereotype
Of
of the angry black woman.
okay?
Okay, you can take it or what?
Are you angry towards me?
I don't know yet.
Did I do something wrong?
I don't know yet.
Did I say something wrong?
I don't know yet.
What do you know?
I know that you are my dramaturg, and I have no muse.
Muse?
Yes, muses. Muses are typically a woman who is a source of artistic inspiration. I want Abba to be mine at the moment, but she is defying my existence. You are a woman, yes?
The last time I checked, I am.
So, you'll have to be it for the next hour.
1 hour.
Yes, uninterrupted. No phones, computers, just you and me.
Will your anger lead to violence? I will not put myself in danger just so you can prove a point.
Seriously?
You know, I heard it as I said it.
1 hour. You spoke 2 sentences, though.
Okay. 1 hour.
Starting.
Now, why can't you hear Abba's voice?
She is silent. I hear trumpets and drums, but not her voice.
Have you thought about what she would say for daily communication?
Like what?
Maybe she had a specific chore.
She was a wet nurse. That was her chore for most of her maternal life.
Maybe she had to pluck chickens or shuck corn to help out in the kitchen. Maybe you could use a line like, I sure wish Harry would help me out with these chickens. Something like that.
What dialect is that supposed to be?
Well, enslaved people spoke broken English.
This is what I'm talking about! This is what angers me. Well, part of it. Enslaved people did not speak in this Hollywood slave talk you all keep imagining.
I'm not following.
You want Abba to come in, shuffling, exclaiming, "Oh, Miss Height, I don't know why that baby be crying. I done gave him my teat, and nothing is shushing him." Does that sound accurate to you?
We are all guessing.
And why is that?
Because we don't know her full story without
Without her voice. Nellie and Anne Height, 2 wives of Isaac Height, we have letters from them, documents with their signatures, descendant records, even artwork created by Anne herself. For the enslaved, we are guessing. We are guessing Abba's story without her voice.
We have archaeological evidence and a descendant line of her existence.
But she wasn't allowed to have a story, a singular story of her own, because she was no different than the column on Belle Grove.
We can only wish.
Like your wish for her stillness at Belle Grove. We don't have time for guessing. Guessing is lazy, especially with how the enslaved spoke. Dialects of enslaved people have been studied from the Deep South to the Dutch North. Gullah Geechee,
I'm aware of the Gullah Geechee, off the coast of South Carolina.
Florida, and Georgia too. Their culture, dialect, even language is influenced by African languages.
Abba was in South Carolina for some time, though.
Not during her formative years.
Well, she might have been about 7 years old from what is now West Virginia to South Carolina. She was under the ownership of Jacob Height at the time.
Was she still connected to her parents?
I believe so.
Formative years would have solidified her language skills. She was not a part of the Gullah Geechee people. Her family was already enslaved and under ownership, right?
Yes.
So her dialect would have been completely different. Her name, Abba, means of the father in Arabic, deriving from the Muslim faith. There is no listing of any other child having her name after her, which was typical for children born into slavery. That tells me, if we are guessing, her parents may have come directly from the west coast of Africa.
So during her developmental years, her accent may have reflected her parents and the northern parts of Virginia.
Correct. Example, do you know Sir Jenner Truth's "Ain't I a Woman" speech?
Yes.
While chillin', where there's so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the niggas of the south and the women at the north, all a talking about rights, the white man will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches, and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helped me into carriages or over the mud puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered in the barns, and no man could have me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much as eat as much as a man, when I could get it, and bear the lashes as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen them almost all sold off into slavery. And when I cried out with a mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman?
Oh my goodness, yes! She was a woman. Powerful speech.
Didn't happen.
What?
It did not happen.
Sojourner
Hollywood slave talk was happening before Hollywood even existed. Whitewashed history.
Sojourner Truth gave that speech in 1851.
She gave a speech, but it wasn't that one. Her original speech was transcribed by Marius Robinson in 1851 in the Anti-Slavery Bugle.
What are you talking about? Isn't that what you just recited?
Nope. The speech we were all taught was created by a white woman named Frances Dana Baker Gage in 1863, 12 years after Sojourner Truth spoke. She gave Sojourner's speech characteristics that of a southern slave. Sojourner was born in New York. She spoke Dutch until she was 9 years old. Sojourner also only had 5 children, not 13. That's a made-up number.
Really?
When I spoke with the historian at Belle Grove, she told me that this piece had to be as close to the truth as possible. Her example was not to exaggerate how many children Abba actually had.
So, what is the truth?
Well, I don't know yet. I don't want to make Abba's story to be palatable. I want her to speak her truth. But she had no right to freedom. So she had no right to her story.
How did Sojourner's speech actually go?
May I say a few words? I want to say a few words about this matter. I am a woman's rights. I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I have plowed and reaped and husked and chopped and mowed, and can any man do more than that? I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man, and can eat as much too if I can get it. I am as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is, if women have a pint and man a quart, why can't she have a little pintful? You need not to be afraid to give us our rights for fear we will take too much, for we can't take more than our pint will hold. The poor men seem to be all in confusion and don't know what to do. Why, children, if you have a woman's rights, give it to her, and you will feel better. You will have your own rights, and they won't be so much trouble. I can't read, but I can hear. I have heard the Bible and learned that Eve caused man to sin. Well, if women upset the world, do give her a chance to set it right side up again.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
now you do.
Palatable.
Palatable.
Wow.
Dramaturg work is supposed to be historical and accurate research on a topic for theatrical purposes. Yes, we dramatize things, but it is our job to be true. That's why your job is so important. If theatrical artists didn't care about the truth, you would be out of a job.
Okay, so Abba may not have spoken as I have been taught she would.
Correct.
Is that why you can't hear her?
Her dialect is not why I can't hear her, but it may be why you don't hear what I hear. You are stuck in what films have taught you about slavery. She's not going to talk to someone who has clogged ears with bull.
I hear you, but I'm not the one who has to write this. What is keeping her from speaking to you? Your muse, Abba.
I don't know. I can see her, but not her face, her full face. She keeps her face profiled. I've even tried moving around her to see her eyes. Nothing.
Is she elderly?
No, she is a beautiful woman, possibly still young enough to keep bearing children. I can feel her presence, but only from behind me.
Can you feel her presence now?
Yes,
Where is she?
always behind me. It is almost like she wants to speak to me, but something is holding her vocal cords hostage. When she opens her mouth, trumpets, a chaotic noise is blocking whatever she wants to say to me.
I wonder what the symbolism of trumpets may be.
I think of military funerals or warfare.
Okay, but also, hold on. I have it in this book. Here. Trumpets can represent the resurrection of the soul, new life, and the overcoming of death as suggested by the use of trumpets in funeral processions. Think about it. Abba was 7 when Jacob Height moved the family to South Carolina. He illegally occupied the land of Cherokee Nation, who were conspiring with the British to push white settlers out of the area. In 1776, Jacob Height's family and homestead was attacked in a guerrilla-style raid, with most of the family gruesomely murdered and the house burned. Francis Madison Height was even kidnapped. The Southern Cherokee were adopting the racially based enslavement practices of their white neighbors, and the Height enslaved people captured by the Cherokee were taken away as war booty on their farms.
Okay.
Abba was captured by that Cherokee Nation. Her second enslavement was with the natives. Could it be that the trumpets are her way of saying, "Hey, I have overcome"? She overcame death multiple times. She had a new life around the age of 7, again when she was recaptured by George Height, and again when traded to Isaac Height. And you say she's not a survivor. She's trying to tell you she is, with the trumpets.
Could be. I'm just not sure.
Biblical verses? There are a lot of trumpet Bible verses. Religion had a multifaceted role during slavery. Enslaved people often formed their own religious communities, known as invisible churches, where they practiced a unique blend of Christianity and African religious traditions, often offering a space for resistance.
Spiritual response.
Yeah, I've studied about hoodoo religion in research preparation.
Practice.
Huh?
Hoodoo is a spiritual practice.
Either way, Abba could have connected to an invisible church.
Was there one?
I couldn't find anything about the enslaved going to church except for documentation of an enslaved person being given permission by Isaac Height to be baptized. He had to walk a long way for that to happen. However, that does indicate that there was a religious connection at Belle Grove.
Were the Heights a religious family?
Anne was. Usually on a plantation, if the enslaver was religious or followed formalities such as church service, so did the enslaved on the property.
And Anne was...
Super religious. She was on the committee that helped build St. Thomas Episcopal Church in Middletown, which was built very close to Belle Grove.
Which I'm guessing did not have the enslaved people worshiping in that space.
Probably not.
But would the family have gone all together to church, allowing the enslaved to worship on the property?
You have to think before the church was built. St. Thomas wasn't built till 1837. If we're talking about focusing on Abba's maternal years, the church did not exist.
What was his name?
Who?
The person Isaac Height gave permission to attend church.
I'm not sure.
Find his name.
Let me see if I can find the letter. Here we go. It says,
This may certify that the bearer Benjamin Tanny has obtained my appropriation to join the Baptist Church or any other Christian congregation.
This was found in a church of Walnut Springs Church of Christ in Aranda near Strasburg.
Benjamin Tanny.
Yes. Isaac Height enslaved 2 men named Ben. One was born in 1786, and he would have been 45 in 1831, and the other was born in 1803 and would have been 28. So it could have been either. Neither man was in Abba's family.
Interesting. How do you know he was an enslaved person?
Predominantly, white friends and family referred to in letters have a last name, an honorific, or familiar description, like sister, father, etc. However, enslaved people are referred to by first name only. Ben, the one born in 1786, is referenced in this letter by Anne Turnstone Mari Height, Isaac Height's second wife. She is writing to her daughter Anne Mari, who lived in Woodstock.
My dear Anne, Ben has just handed me your note and has afforded our fireside a good deal of amusement by his account of consequence and smartness. The girls did not go to Winchester today as they intended when they left you. They could not give up our agreeable company and warm fireside.
Hoodoo.
Hoodoo. Do you know much about it?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that hoodoo grew up in the USA in the shadow of the larger culture of Christianity and white society. This American form of magic has evolved and adapted, integrating elements from the broader culture surrounding it, allowing practitioners to incorporate what resonates with them. In regions where Catholicism was prevalent, practitioners frequently utilized Catholic prayers. Conversely, in areas dominated by various forms of Protestant Christianity, verses from the Bible, particularly the King James Version, were used. For instance, Protestant Southern Baptists strongly believed in the potency of Scripture and the divine power of God's Word to heal both spiritual and physical ailments.
My Nana used to quote scriptures from the book of Psalms while praying, especially if she was praying over someone.
Correct. Like, ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Matthew chapter 7, 7 through 8.
And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. Matthew 21, 22.
Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made unknown unto God. Philippians 4, 4 through 7.
And looking upon them, Jesus saith, with men it is impossible, but not with God, for with God all things are possible. Mark 10, 27.
And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. And if we know that he hears us whatsoever we ask, we know that we have the petitions that we desired of him. 1 John chapter 5, 14 through 15.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, greater works than these shall he do. Whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that I will do, so that way the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. First John verses 14, 12 through 14.
You knew those verses by heart?
Black church upbringing. My Nana would make us give her a Bible verse before every Sunday dinner. No verse, no dinner.
Yikes, I would starve.
Yeah, I tried that once. Nearly fainted. I was so hungry.
Oh no.
Nana could care less. She stood there watching my eyes roll into the back of my head. So my brother took me to his room, sacrificing his own dinner. He whispered in my ear a verse he had not used yet. I walked right up to my Nana and demanded, Jesus said, feed my sheep. John 21:17. I never went without knowing a verse again.
Was your family religious?
We were in church Wednesday through Sunday, you tell me. It is in our blood.
Are you still religious?
I've deconstructed from Christianity. I started realizing that a God that supposedly loved the world, he created, mind you, and left us to live on such a ghetto planet with ghetto people was not the God for me. I started learning about hoodoo, the African spirituality that the enslaved blended with Christianity. It was a mask practice, obeying the enslavers' views while retaining truth to who they were.
Is it fair to say that you believe that Christianity and colonization are married together?
Yes,
But is it necessary?
Christianity is a colonized white man's religion.
Doesn't that give a sense of propaganda?
Christianity is a religion that justifies oppression. You cannot separate colonization from Christianity. It was a tool used to colonize people and land.
Based on personal opinion.
White supremacy used Christianity to enslave people. Christianity does not have to be intrinsically tied to white supremacy. However, white supremacy would not exist without Christianity.
That's why you're deconstructing?
Deconstructing religion and deconstructing the entrapment of the mind. Fundamentalist Christianity has been convincing us as a people for centuries that our own ancestral African spiritual practices are demonic. We assimilated in order to survive, but the practices we used in the church are identical to hoodoo practices. We avoid discussing an important aspect of this because of the sticky relationship between Christians and hoodoo practitioners.
Could the stickiness be caused by the idolatry that comes with the hoodoo practices?
Ancestral veneration is not putting them on the same level as God. We honor them. We do not worship them. It would be no different than laying flowers at the grave of your transition loved one.
So, there's a miscommunication.
There is a disconnect. We have generations of washed history. I know better now, and there are many who feel the same as I do.
But you still use the Bible.
The prayers and the scriptures that used to make me cringe in church, I now use as ritual.
Why?
Because I understand the power behind it. I no longer feel confined. It is freeing. It connects me to my ancestors.
Abba is an ancestor.
She's an ancestor. She is not mine. I don't think she trusts me.
How do you connect with your ancestors? Is it scary at all?
It is a healing and beautiful practice. I use biblical scriptures that were favorites in our family's home.
Is it safe?
It can be used for good or bad. It is really about the person and their intentions.
Scriptures are typically good though, right?
They can be. Am I scaring you?
No. I'm just trying to understand. Have you tried connecting with Abba through scripture?
No.
Try it.
Trust in the Lord and do good, so thou shalt dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
Psalms?
37:3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. In God I will put my trust, in God I will praise. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me.
Psalms?
56, verses 3 and 4.
Good things come in 3. You have a third one?
Psalm 62:8. Trust in him at all times, ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Selah. Are you cold?
I'm fine. Blue,
Yeah?
you have a blue tear coming down your cheek.
She's beside me. I thought I felt something.
Officially freaked out, but okay. Is she saying anything?
No, but I feel tingly.
Good or bad tingly?
Warm? Warm, tingly. Abba? She really cannot speak, but she is peaceful. She does understand what I'm trying to do.
Can you see her?
Yes, but she won't let me see her eyes. She's covered them. What are you blocking me from seeing?
Maybe she's not the one blocking you.
Abba!
She's not showing me anything. Get back.
The only thing you will see is how well we treated our slaves. You will learn in your history books that if it was not for us, they would have been uncivilized in the heat of Africa. You will learn that you are only 3/5 human. Our blood is superior, and you will learn that your flaws as a Negro woman overpowers your successes. You cannot write this without the aid of an intelligent white woman. Her research, her mind, her competence will be credited with great accolades, while your source of entertainment on paper will rot. Abba, come.
Abba! Abba, please try to speak! Tell me what it is you want me to say! She won't free her voice! Ah! Get off me!
What? What is it?
Those damn trumpets!
Are you losing her again?
Blow the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming. For it is at hand, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, like the morning clouds spread over the mountains. The people come, great and strong, the like of whom has never been, nor will there be any such after them for many successive generations.
Is that a threat?
We are not like our ancestors.
You are right once again. You are not the people who can tell east and west without a GPS. Your ancestors had to escape the South to get to a place for you to have a life. Please. You can barely survive a Target boycott when your ancestors walked to work and carpooled for a year. They faced adversity without crumbling. They were a community built for resilience.
Our generation fights back.
With what army? Who has the back of a Negro woman, especially one who has disarmed herself by letting go of her faith? A faithless woman is destined to fall.
I have faith.
In who? In what? Yourself?
In Abba. I believe she will speak. She will find the inner strength and power to untether from you.
Faith. What is faith?
Faith. Faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see.
Hebrews 11:1.
I'm going back to my original thought that maybe she is saying she's a survivor.
That's not it.
What do you mean?
It is not a triumphant sound, Joanna. It is harsh. It ensues discord and pain.
Of course there would be pain, but you have to tell her story as best as you can with the facts.
This, once again, coming from a person wishing Abba had a sense of calmness she craved at Belle Grove. as an enslaved person. Her pain is a fact.
Fair. I made an apologist comment, but you can gain a lot from the facts on the paper. We can only imagine there was pain.
I can feel her pain. No one ever asked or recorded how Abba felt being an enslaved person. No one captured her broken moments of grief, heartache, or even her joys. You are guessing. But I can feel the essence of invisibility.
You are personalizing your truths with Abba's. I think you're blurring the lines between creativity and emotional divestment.
Who better to invest in Abba's truth than another black woman? Abba could stand in the fields alone in the vastness of the property, and she could still be unnoticed, like so many others.
There are plenty of great playwrights that can make her story true without their own emotions intervening.
Really.
Yeah.
This is not about my emotions. It is the collective experience of being black in America.
Your blackness now is not equivalent to those that were enslaved. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. You could never imagine all that Abba went through. I see her as the hero with the cape, as you say. She deserves to have her story told.
And we're back to that again.
I think the block you're experiencing is trying to use Abba as a therapeutic tool rather than a subject.
Does the way I express myself make you uncomfortable?
Honestly?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Why?
Historically speaking, we should focus on her survival. This grant doesn't require the exhibition of her pain or yours. It simply wants her story.
Says who?
I have it all here.
Yeah! 2 whole pages! Documenting her 7 decades of life. No one's life should only take 2 pages to tell.
Which is why we were hired to make this play happen.
Why not use this platform to bring awareness to a black woman's pain? Emotions are not a luxury reserved for
For who?
for a particular type of woman. I don't think you are uncomfortable with my emotions. You are uncomfortable about the truth of your own biases.
We all have biases.
Agreed.
So,
Do I steer yours up, though?
there is no way I would have survived what she endured. Would you?
Her descendants are still here. To this day. No matter the dissonance generations may have with their enslaved ancestral history, it boils in their veins. It goes beyond survival. Her pain results in generational trauma passed down. Survival goes beyond the plantation. It goes beyond the lashes. It is entrenched in our food, how we discipline our children, AAVE, even spiritual practices. My ancestors went through some identical pains. My 3 times great-grandmother ran away to freedom with 6 children. Her name was Cherry Winborn. We are proof of her endurance, and it is us that have survived this world. Abba died enslaved. She overcame circumstances, but you cannot disregard the heartbreak she may have felt. Why? Because she was still human.
We cannot dramatically shift to focus on her pain.
Why would it be dramatic?
Because it would not be based on the facts, Blue. It would be based on assumption. Why is it so hard to hear that she may have spent a contemplative life and lived the rest of her years in peace rather than constant pain?
What human can endure 4 enslavers without any emotion? Where is the realism in that? Would you rather her living her years in peace because it makes you comfortable?
That's unfair. I'm trying to be logical here.
By vilifying her journey of pain, strife, and despair.
Uplifting her courage, tenacity, and her bloodline. They deserve an encouraging theatrical encounter with their ancestor.
I have to give the actors some form of structure. We are imitators of human behavior. Emotion is the tool we use to communicate and connect the audience with the story. You want me to write a Black woman as an overcomer with no thought to her mental capacity? We feel pain too.
You are personalizing. I wasn't saying
You are. You are, though. We feel all the emotion. Black women are the most invincible yet invisible in America. We experience deep love and connection. We grieve, we get excited, and yes, we even get angry. Anytime we express a singularity, a drop of human emotion, we get told we're doing too much. But you, you get to cry and the world stops for you. That's what I'm doing for Abba. I'm stopping the world. I can imagine not one person held space for her. Sometimes I see her in my dreams. Blouse torn, standing in a raging river. Tears staining her face as milk drips from her breasts. She is showing me her pain. She is wrapping me in her sorrows. It is to the point where I feel there was a time where I tried a CPAP machine, and every time I would wear the mask and take a deep breath, it would feel as though I was suffocating. So I stopped using the machine. The doctor said that the mask can cause claustrophobia. That's what it feels like. It feels as though I am suffocating in her angst, as if I am drowning in her sorrows.
When I cry, my husband throws me a bag of Doritos and a Snickers bar. So no, the world does not stop for me.
Oh, please.
You think the Height woman had it any easier than Abba? They were all victims during this time period.
Victims?
Yes, they were also considered to be property. They were not capable of owning enslaved people because they could not own property. Being a wife was considered a hardship.
There were white women who owned enslaved people, especially in the death of a father and a bequeathed property. Or they were co-owners with their husbands. There was a desired brokering leverage for power, resulting in incredibly cruel situations for the enslaved.
Seventhly, to my wife Anne, in lieu of her settlement and all other claims on my estate, I give and bequeath to her during her widowhood my Belle Grove tract of land, together with my mills and distillery, all of my goods and chatterleys, all my slaves, household and kitchen furniture, all my livestock of every description.
What about the slaves?
Enslaved!
Enslaved.
What about them?
There were 276 enslaved persons at Belle Grove. Why didn't they kill them all, revolt, demand freedom?
Against men with guns and laws that were designed to protect them?
Your people could have overthrown the government if they wanted to.
Wanted to? You know what? You are right! We could have fought back. Oh wait! We did! Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, friggin' John Brown. He was a crazy white man, but he was one of us. We were slaughtered, lynched, burned, dragged, raped, castrated. Fear kept us enslaved. And white women kept that fear instilled in us as well. They were not victims. They were enslavers. Abba couldn't eat at the same table or live in their home, but it was her milk that nourished those white children. Explain how that is acceptable.
It was the time.
So, the killing of young black men by the police are just the times we are living in.
It's not the same. We have more sense, more understanding of the consequences of war, and more human compassion.
Oh, you are serious! Oh my God!
What?
Abba? Now, I'm sorry for the loss of the baby, but we can't afford to keep losing property. So the next time you are with child, we will make sure you are focused on the nursery and the nursery only. Do you hear me? Now, I believe little James is ready for his feeding. Your breasts are still swollen, yes? Good. That means you're still producing. Good. Now, did you name the child? George? George was his name? Yes. Well, I will say a little prayer for George, and that God sends us a new child through you. Now, we want to keep that milk fresh for Mr. Hyde's children. I'm so elated that my first child is a boy. Mr. Hyde is so proud of his heir. Come now, Abba, cheer up. The house is filled with joy. Nothing can equal the happiness of a parent blessed with a society of virtuous children, all living in love and harmony. We don't want your sorrow to sullen the manor.
Blue. Blue,
What?
you zoned out.
I'm here.
You haven't written a single word. If you feel discontent about writing this play, let the grantor know and they will have time to find a new playwright.
I am focused.
Again, not a single word.
It's my process.
To connect,
Yes, I believe in muses.
I believe in research prompts.
What is a muse if not a prompt from something, somewhere? How many?
Huh?
How many children did Abba feed?
Well, she birthed 12 of her own, plus 2 from Nellie Height and another 3 from Aunt Ann Tunstall Mary Height.
Minus the 2 sons Abba lost.
17. Her body fed 17 children. When she lost baby George, she was still engorged and had to feed baby James, correct?
I believe so.
She fed another woman's child while grieving the loss of her own.
She still had to complete her duties. My children shouldn't have to suffer because of her loss. They are precious children of God.
Her milk was good enough to feed your children, but not enough to have a life of freedom and dignity. Abba's children were equally precious in the eyes of God.
Equally. Not in this time, my dear. If you were here now, you would not dare speak to me in such a tone.
You can't shut me up. I will tell Abba's story, the whole story.
Even in death, Abba will not go against the codes of society she lived in. You can try, but the horns will be the only thing you ever hear from her mouth.
Why are you here? Why can I hear you? Why can I see you?
Because my history has not been erased. Even on Abba's 2 pages, my name is the proof of her existence. Our names are linked for eternity. She's property.
She was a woman.
A wet nurse. Her purpose was to tend to the Height children. Nothing more, nothing less.
The children did not belong to her. They belonged to the Height family. That's the reality.
She was still a grieving mother.
I was a grieving mother. I lost children as well, but no one is writing a play about my grievance. Must be the new way of this world. A mother can never divest herself of anxiety in some way or another. Her happiness is completely united with that of her offspring, that she must literally weep or rejoice with them. Well, I choose to rejoice with my living children.
We know who you are.
You are writing me in your mind as this horrible human being.
You had to be, in order to justify capturing other human beings as property.
I deserve to be remembered.
And so does Abba. Abba, do you hear me? You deserve to be remembered. You all do.
Her name is as obsolete as this play you're writing.
Why? Because I am not writing solely about her proximity to whiteness as property?
You watch your tongue.
Never.
What if you have it all wrong?
I am not an apologist, nor am I tolerant of one.
What would you have me say? That I had the power to end the economic thread of our country.
Women like you still exist on every corner of this country.
It is absolutely marvelous that your mind has designed our entire lives as we are not the enemy. Your kind kills each other all the time. Write a play about that, but oh no, you won't do that. You can't be the villain in your own story. There were and are far worse things.
For who?
You forget that I speak for two of us. In your mind's eye, we are one and the same. Is that why you only see one of the Hyde wives? You know there were two.
I know there were two of you.
Truth! You are supposed to be writing the truth, right? Where is it in your story? It is quite possible that here she found leisure.
No days off, no time to breathe, or scream or curse at God.
I'm sure she had some leisure time.
Leisure time?
Good to know that there's an ally in the room. Yes, leisure time.
They didn't work 24/7.
When would a wet nurse have leisure time?
Oh, that is one thing you have correct. Feeding children happens on the children's time, not on the slaves. She had a restricted diet and limited social interaction. We didn't want to have her milk supply compromised. When she leaked, she fed.
Think about it, Joanna. The cemetery for the enslaved is in eyesight of the manor. Even in death, they could not escape the eyes of the master.
What about sewing? We know she liked to sew.
Out of pleasure or necessity?
Maybe a bit of both. There's a calmness with repetitive movement.
You can imagine Abba rocking in a chair, humming Negro spirituals, and sewing clothes for fun?
She wouldn't have sewn standing.
Necessity.
Okay. There was a lot of property at Belle Grove. Maybe write about her taking long walks while the children slept.
Is that true?
Not necessarily, but we can use some imagination.
Abba? The children want to go out and play. Will you take a walk with me?
So your advice is to use the palatable method. To imagine that Abba had moments of leisure.
I read about an enslaved woman that would intentionally make mistakes on the clothing patterns of her enslavers and their children. One time, after her son was sold, she made the master's pants. When he rode off on his horse, his business fell out in front of everyone. She didn't laugh or anything, but it was recalled that she would crack a side smile in her own time.
I do love a good petty story.
Maybe leisure is the wrong direction. How did Abba release her pain? Or did she just accept all that happened to her?
That is a great question.
What can you imagine?
I don't feel as if she was a petty woman, but I do wonder how she dealt with the possible glimpse of freedom with the Cherokee Nation, only to be brought back here.
Glimpse of freedom?
Yeah.
Blue, the Cherokee had their own slave codes. She was more than likely a domestic laborer.
Wait.
Yeah. Some tribes followed the culture of enslaving black people as well. Farm workers, domestic workers, the whole thing. They had a punishment system for runaways, so a glimpse is highly unlikely.
Proximity to whiteness.
Assimilation. The 5 civilized tribes, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole. It was about survival. They were trying to figure out where they belonged on the racial hierarchy being established by the settlers. One group headed to Kittiwah, a holy town in the high hills of the Carolinas, may have been the group that took Abba, and one would presume her family. If Abba's own parents were no longer with her, she would have been taken into a Cherokee family, but we are not certain.
So maybe?
Maybe. When she was retrieved by Jacobite's son, George, she was bound to enslaver number 3, with a 3-year-old son.
Harry.
Yes, Indian Harry is what he was called.
Abba had to have been 17 or 18 when she had Harry.
Yes, she was captured around age 6 or 7.
Harry. Her firstborn. Possibly a great joy in her life.
See? You found something joyful.
Was she able to keep him when George Hyde came?
Yes.
I can roll with the joy of a child instead of holding on to the children she lost.
Eventually, she did end up losing Harry.
What?
Around 40 years old.
How?
No one knows.
He just died?
He used to venture off in the springtime and come back around winter. One day, he just didn't return.
So how do we know he died and didn't run away?
Guessing.
This is frustrating. Did she look for him? Cry for him? Run after him in the woods?
I doubt it. Historians say he was odd, eccentric even.
Did he speak?
Not really. It was believed he was not socialized much.
Autism?
Possibly. I think he was just tolerated.
But we can imagine a mother being able to take her son after being captive by the Cherokee Nation. Then again, when George Hyde traded her to his cousin Isaac Hyde, that is rare.
So what can you see?
I can imagine her squeezing her son and reassuring him that he would be fine when he was 3. Hold on.
Can you see her again?
Yeah. She's holding 2 children. No sound. But I can feel her exhaustion. George, now Harry, they're all gone, her sons. She's exhausted.
From grief?
I guess.
I get grief from the loss of the babies, but her other children, like Hannah. Hannah is one of the reasons for the survival of her bloodline. Why isn't she showing you that?
Hannah?
Her daughter, yes, Hannah.
Mama, I got permission to marry Emmanuel. You remember? Emmanuel Jackson. Mama, he a free man. Aren't you happy for me? He's gonna save up and pay for my freedom. Mama, look at me. Mama, he promised to me, Mama.
Hannah gave birth to Daniel, Adams, Emmanuel Jr., Frank, and Betsy Ann.
My Ann got married to Mr. Philip Williams, a lawyer from Woodstock. I'm asking the new bride and her husband if they will need help in their garden, and if so, Major Height and I would send one of our males, either Daniel or Isaac, despite the inconvenience to Belle Grove's harvest.
Here is a letter from Ann Tunstall Mari Height to her eldest daughter Ann after she was married.
Daniel's qualities, you know, they say, however, that he is smart at work and can be smart in the house and probably would be with you, as he would have other things to do to prevent idleness. He did work a little in the garden under Hagen. Isaac, too, has worked in the garden, but has never been in the house at any period in his life, except for the last mentioned business. Isaac would, I presume, be the most valuable at present, as he is, however, he has a proud spirit and might not at all times be very manageable. Daniel is in his 7th year since January. You and your husband must make your choice. They are the only two that have no wives.
It is possible that Anne Marie was considerate. She cared about the disruption of families. This letter is proof of that. Otherwise, why mention that Daniel and Isaac were unwed?
Maybe because they wouldn't push back to leaving Belle Grove.
Fair.
That doesn't make her considerate.
I'm serious. Maybe, just maybe, that is why Hannah was able to marry someone outside of Belle Grove. There had to be a sense of human kindness in there somewhere.
From one letter?
That and the research leads me to believe
What
that...
research?
If you'd let me finish, I was going to say that 15 of the enslaved people were given by James Madison Sr., and then another 12 after his death. My guess would be that the Belle Grove treatment of the enslaved mirrored Montpelier.
Madison believed with his full chest that they were property.
Yes, but James Madison Sr. tried to avoid selling enslaved people and separating families as much as possible. There's also letter documentation that the Madisons allowed the enslaved to read and write, which is unheard of on most deep southern plantations. Receipts of enslaved people that purchased fabric, thread, and buttons from nearby stores that they used to make clothes for themselves. Enslaved laborers at Montpelier were likely able to hire themselves out on Sundays for wages. There was some human kindness.
Oh my god.
What?
Is that what this is all about?
Human kindness?
No. Am I writing this play to make Abba a mascot? The possible kindness that may or may not have been displayed towards the people they intentionally enslaved.
I doubt that.
Do you?
It is history that we can tangibly connect to the present day.
Because of Abba's bloodline through Hannah.
Yes. Your play can be encouragement for more artists to write about historical figures that persevered during the rough development ages of America. Because of Abba's resilience, her bloodline is still alive and strong.
What about those that we cannot trace through a bloodline to the present? Why Abba?
What?
Why Abba?
I would like the answer to this question as well. Her story is irrelevant.
Relevant.
To whom?
To me.
Why would you take this assignment if you are incapable of writing it? What is so profound about a simple chronological story? No time limit, no word count, just do the best with the best you can with the 2 pages of history you have. I could write this play in an hour, wash my hands of it, and submit it.
Because to you, it is just a story.
A heroic story.
You treat Abba's existence as if she never breathed.
I don't understand why you are pushing through with this.
For truth.
Whose truth? In this circumstance, truth is a concept.
Truth is a concept, like freedom for Black America.
Don't try to be righteous.
Does freedom truly exist? Is Abba freer in death than I am in life?
You have to put words on a page.
Putting words on a page to sell my art, but not have people respect Abba as a person.
What is so wrong about being paid for your art?
So I'm just supposed to be okay with it, right? To the point where my artistry gets suppressed. When I make arguments justifying the angle of this piece, I'm doing too much.
She's going to spiral.
You are leading yourself down a path of despair.
No.
No.
No, the lens that is acceptable to you is just filled with words. It is blinding the entire essence of Abba's life and those who lived so we could thrive.
You are talking nonsense, girl.
Spouting words at me does not complete the task at hand.
It isn't. Abba wants to speak, but I won't let her.
What are you talking about?
You want to speak, Abba?
It was me. I was blocking you, wasn't I?
Come back here, Abba.
I've been trying to claim that it's tethering racism and performative behaviors blocking us, but it was me. I didn't want to feel what you were giving me.
Blue?
Just for a minute, don't speak. If I were to look in her eyes, in Abba's eyes, I would see my truth, the truth. I feel so many things in my spirit, but I hold them shut because no one ever asks how I'm doing or what I'm going through, or even for the simplicity of honest conversation. I am another black woman shutting down in America because to be asked, how is your soul doing today, brings up religious hurts, career doubts, and regrets, and the words spoken over me of who I should be rise to the surface, who I am. If Abba were to speak, I would be burdened with her suffering and struggles, and I wasn't ready to confront.
Like what?
Like losing a child,
Blue?
losing myself, the grief. Now having to get up and go to work the next day and act as though my body wasn't shredding on the inside. I lost my voice. I tried to find solace in education and creativity to shield myself from the agony, from the eyes of God. Abba, you are not a superwoman, but you are the epitome of strength that I dare not promote, that I exude. Sometimes art imitates life. In this case, life imitates life.
You are not, nor have you ever been enslaved.
This generation likes to believe that they are.
No, not another word out of you.
How dare you?
You are the insignificant one in this story. This is Abba's story. Her journey is her story. And you, no, I've never been in the trenches of slavery, but I've often been recognized as someone who has dedicated years of her life to raising other people's children. When I made the transition from the childcare sector to pursue a career in theater, many people tried to define my role. They tried to say that my greatest strength lay in nurturing children because it brought them great comfort.
How many children have you raised?
Too many to count.
So, were you a supervisor of a nursery like Abba?
Abba was not climbing the corporate ladder. She was doing an involuntary job. Her own breasts did not belong to her. God, this society! We are erasing entire historical truths to make a whole generation of folks comfortable. You can easily pass down your ancestral history in this country.
Yes, but we went through hardships as well. My family went through genocide.
As did mine. But if we dare to vastly speak of our stories, we have to leave the pain out of it. Your stories, if your family chose not to pass down their ancestral stories, it would be by choice. Abba did not have that choice. Your stories are taught, so we may learn and connect from your ancestral grievances.
I just do not believe that there is a benefit to all pain, no humor, and a lack of historical context in a play.
This is why I have to write this.
We do not know the full story.
Abba was a child enslaved to Jacobite, then to the Cherokee Nation, then to Georgite, and then to Isaacite. Her life was a tapestry of challenges and triumphs, woven with the threads of resilience and perseverance. To say she was merely a mother to 10 children would be a vast understatement. Her motherhood is not her sole identity, but one of the many facets that make up her remarkable existence. Existence equates humanity. Each child she raised was a testament to her strength, an unwavering commitment, but her contributions far extended that of her own family. Yet to say she was merely a wet nurse would be to ignore the depth of her character and the breadth of her impact.
We don't know her impact.
As time went on, she was cast aside, deemed obsolete, like a horse, no longer needed for labor. But to say she was lazy would be a grave misjudgment. She possessed a spirit that defied the confines of societal expectations.
I have heard enough.
Abba! Abba! No!
Get your hands off my slave!
No! Abba! You are far more than overcoming hardship. Your life was about living a life of purpose and resiliency. You navigated the waters of life with unyielding courage, leaving an indelible mark on every single one of your descendants.
I am forever her mark in this life.
Blue, what are you doing?
You left a mark on me, Abba. You can make the choice to let go. Let go.
I'm calling for help.
No, I'm not losing my mind. She is right here. Abba. We don't have to hide anymore. We can make sure that your life serves as a reminder that one's impact, one's value is not determined by their titles or their roles, but by the impact that they leave on the world around them. You have released me to acknowledge my own truth. You deserve honor, a soft place to land, and peace. I was blocking you because I felt unworthy of knowing you. Instead of merely comparing pain to pain, consider the opportunity to share your story and allow others to face their own journeys in life. In her lifetime, she saw her grandsons walk off the plantation that had once held her family captive. For the first time, she experienced the joy of freedom through her own blood. Even this does not make her a slave. Abba, you had your identity taken away, reduced to that of just a traceable bloodline. However, you are so much more than that. You represent far more than mere ancestry. You are a connection to the past, residing in every heart of every single descendant. You embody freedom. You are a vibrant work of art, alive and inspiring.
Let her go.
No! I say no to the lack of power! No to the pain! We have a voice! hush.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
I do not use the Lord's name in vain.
Can I just,
I said hush.
Yes, ma'am. You know, I think our hour is up anyway, so I'm just gonna go.
Where is that hype woman? She had her place in my story. It is time you get up and start writing. Where do I start? Sometimes the ending is the best place to start.
Abba saw her grandchildren walk off the plantation.
Yes, she did. To this day, her lineage lives. Her blood runs through their veins. So even though she did not see freedom until her death, her bloodline lives free, works freely, and creates new free generations. Our veins are the map to our ancestors and to the future generations behind us. We can always connect to them in this life or after by the simple beat of a drum. Even better, our voices are no longer restricted. We can lift them as loud as we please. We are the voices of our ancestors. We are the voices for those who cannot speak. We are the voices for those shamed into submission. We are the voices of Abba. I am the voice of my great-great-great-grandmother. She breathes and she speaks through me. When a trumpet cries, an ancestor is urging us to be their voice. So be their voice. Be their voice when seeking justice, peace, and freedom. Be the voice of change. Triumphantly be the voice for the voiceless. I am the voice of Abba. Who do you speak for?
I am the voice of Adlai Conyers. I am the voice of Virginia Cherry Lane.
I am the voice of Thomas Windborn.
Embrace the drums. And don't shy away from expressing yourself when the world urges you to be quiet. The drums represent our ancestors, urging us to fulfill our true potential. Speak up. Live boldly. If necessary, stand up for what you believe in. For your blood holds the strength and resilience of those who came before us. They attempted to break us, yet we remain. Remember, children, you are here today because they never silenced their inner drums.
You have the power I never imagined would be possible. You are the truth that keeps me alive beyond the grounds of Belle Grove Plantation. Be the voice. Be the voice of Abba.